Mohandas to enlighten us on the subject.
വേദിയിലും സദസ്സിലും ഇരിക്കുന്ന എല്ലാവർക്കും നമസ്കാരം. എനിക്കൊരു സെൻസ് ഓഫ് ടൈമിങ് കുറവാണ്. അപ്പോൾ നിർത്താനുള്ള ഒരു സിഗ്നൽ കോമ്പിയർ തരണം എന്നാണ് ഞാൻ ആഗ്രഹിക്കുന്നത്. അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഞാനിങ്ങനെ ചുമ്മാ സംസാരിച്ചു പോകും. 1953 ഈ 370 വകുപ്പിനെ ചൊല്ലിയാണ് ശ്യാമപ്രസാദ് മുഖർജി പോലീസ് കസ്റ്റഡിയിൽ മരിക്കുന്നത് ശ്രീനഗറിൽ. ശ്യാമപ്രസാദ് മുഖർജി അന്നത്തെ ആർട്ടിക്കിൾ 370 അനുസരിച്ച് കാശ്മീരിൽ കയറാൻ തന്നെ പെർമിറ്റ് വേണം. ഈ സ്ഥലത്ത് ഞാൻ പെർമിറ്റില്ലാതെ കയറും. ഇത് എൻ്റെ രാജ്യമാണ്, ഭാരതത്തിൻ്റെ അവിഭാജ്യ ഘടകമാണ്. ഐ വിൽ ഡു ദാറ്റ്. ഐ വിൽ ജസ്റ്റ് ഗോ ആൻഡ് എൻ്റർ, കം വാട്ട് ഹാപ്പൻ. അദ്ദേഹം അറസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്യപ്പെട്ടു. പോലീസ് കസ്റ്റഡിയിലായിരുന്നു. ഒരു ചെറിയ ഗസ്റ്റ് ഹൗസിലെ മറ്റോ താമസിപ്പിച്ചു. മരിച്ചുപോയി, മിസ്റ്റീരിയസ് സർക്കംസ്റ്റൻസ്. ആൻഡ് ഹി വാസ് ഹാർഡ്ലി 51, ദ ഗ്രേറ്റ് മാൻ. പലരും ധരിച്ചിരിക്കുന്ന പോലെ ഭാരതം കണ്ടതിൽ ഏറ്റവും വലിയ ആൾക്കൂട്ടം അല്ലെങ്കിൽ വിലാപയാത്ര മഹാത്മാഗാന്ധിയുടെ ആയിരുന്നില്ല, ശ്യാമപ്രസാദ് മുഖർജിയുടെ ആയിരുന്നു. അദ്ദേഹത്തിന് മൃതദേഹം കൽക്കട്ടയിൽ കൊണ്ടുപോയിട്ട് അവിടെയാണ്, ബംഗാളിലാണ് മൃതദേഹം സംസ്കരിച്ചത്. ദാറ്റ് വാസ് ദ റീച്ച് ഓഫ് ദാറ്റ് മാൻ. അദ്ദേഹം നെഹ്റുവിൻ്റെ ക്യാബിനറ്റിൽ നിന്ന് രാജിവെച്ചു. ഈ നെഹ്റു ലിയാഖത്ത് അലി പാക്റ്റിനെ തുടർന്ന് എന്നുവെച്ചാൽ ന്യൂനപക്ഷങ്ങളെ അവരവരുടെ രാജ്യത്തിലെ ന്യൂനപക്ഷങ്ങളെ സംരക്ഷിച്ചോളാമെന്ന്, അവർക്ക് കേടുവരാതെ നോക്കാമെന്നൊക്കെ പറഞ്ഞു. അപ്പം അന്ന് പട്ടേലും ശ്യാമപ്രസാദ് മുഖർജിയൊക്കെ പറഞ്ഞു, ഇതൊക്കെ തട്ടിപ്പാണ്, കൊന്നുകളയും ഹിന്ദുക്കളെ പാകിസ്ഥാനിൽ, ഇവിടെ നിങ്ങൾ മുസ്ലിങ്ങളെ എടുത്ത് തലയിൽ വയ്ക്കുകയും ചെയ്യും, ഇതൊക്കെ സംഭവിക്കുന്നില്ല. നെഹ്റു വെന്റ് ഹെഡ് വിത്ത് നെഹ്റു ലിയാഖത്ത് അലി plan. And Shyama Mukherjee was furious. He resigned from Nehru's cabinet. This was the man. And I think after 70 years, Modi is giving ഒരു മരണാനന്തര ബഹുമതി ശ്യാമപ്രസാദ് മുഖർജിക്ക് 2023 എക്സാക്ട്ലി 70 വർഷം കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് അദ്ദേഹത്തിന് കൊടുത്ത ഒരു മരണാനന്തര ബഹുമതിയാണ് ഈ സുപ്രീം കോടതിയിലെ ജഡ്ജ്മെന്റ്. നൗ ജഡ്ജ്മെന്റ് ഡീറ്റെയിൽ ആയിട്ട് സുവിൻ തയ്യാറായിട്ട് പറയും. ബട്ട് ബ്രീഫ്ലി വാട്ട് ഐ അണ്ടർസ്റ്റുഡ് ഫ്രം ദിസ് ഈസ്, ഈ വിധിയിൽ ആർട്ടിക്കിൾ 370 എടുത്തു കളയാനുള്ള പ്രൊവിഷൻ ആർട്ടിക്കിൾ 370 തന്നെയാണ്. സിമ്പിൾ പ്രൊവിഷൻ ഉണ്ട് ആർട്ടിക്കിൾ 370 ബ്രാക്കറ്റിൽ 3 സബ് ക്ലോസ് 3. ഇത് വെച്ചിട്ട് പ്രസിഡന്റിന് ചുമ്മാ ഒരു പ്രൊക്ലമേഷൻ ഇതെടുത്ത് കളയാം. ഇത് വർഷങ്ങളായിട്ട് പലരും പറയുന്നുണ്ട്. ഇത് പോസിബിൾ ആണെന്നും അല്ലെന്നും പറഞ്ഞിട്ട് ഡോക്ടർ സുബ്രഹ്മണ്യൻ സ്വാമിയും നമ്മുടെ രാം ജഠ്മലാനിയും തമ്മിലുള്ള ഒരു ഡിബേറ്റ്, എക്സ്ക്ലൂസീവ് രണ്ടുപേരും തമ്മിലുള്ള ഡിബേറ്റ്, അതും യൂട്യൂബിൽ ഇപ്പോഴും കിടക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. വിച്ച് ഹാപ്പൻ somewhere in 2012 or 13, in which Jethmalani could not counter Swami's argument. Swami was arguing that a simple proclamation by President of India is required. To discard this 370, you don't need to amend constitution, nothing. But Jethmalani is not a small man, so he knows how to argue. He was also arguing. The argument never ended anywhere, but that is available in YouTube. Those who are interested can see how the argument, and most of the arguments were copied by Abhishek Manu Singhvi and Kapil Sibal in their arguments. അപ്പോൾ ചന്ദ്രചൂഡിൻ്റെ point was, when 370 bracketal 3 was existing, why did you took this protracted route of reinterpreting through Article 367? അതിൽ കോൺസ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂവൻ്റ് അസംബ്ലി മാറ്റിയിട്ട് ലെജിസ്ലേറ്റീവ് അസംബ്ലി എന്ന് റീപ്ലേസ് ചെയ്യുക, ആ ലെജിസ്ലേറ്റീവ് അസംബ്ലി പിരിച്ചുവിട്ടിരിക്കുക, ഗവർണറാണ് ലെജിസ്ലേറ്റീവ് അസംബ്ലി എന്ന് വ്യാഖ്യാനിക്കുക, അങ്ങനെ ഗവർണറുടെ കൺസെൻറ്റ് വാങ്ങുക, എന്നിട്ട് 373 ഉപയോഗിക്കുക. ഇതിൻ്റെ ആവശ്യം ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നില്ല. യു ഹാവ് എവറി പവർ ടു യൂസ് 373 because Kashmir became integral part of India on 25th November 1949 by a proclamation by Yuvraj Karan Singh. ഇപ്പോഴുണ്ട് കരൺ സിംഗ്, അന്ന് യുവരാജായിരുന്നു. അദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ പ്രൊക്ലമേഷൻ, നോട്ട് ഇൻസ്ട്രുമെന്റ് ഓഫ് ആക്സഷൻ. ഇൻസ്ട്രുമെന്റ് ഓഫ് ആക്സഷൻ അദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ അച്ഛൻ ഹരിസിംഗ് സൈൻ ചെയ്തതാണ്. അതിൽ കുറേ കണ്ടീഷൻസ് ഒക്കെ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു. ഇതിലൊരു കണ്ടീഷനും ഇല്ലാതെ അൺകണ്ടീഷണലായിട്ട് just 1 day ahead of our constitution was adopted. Constitution was adopted on 26th November 1949 and this proclamation was dated 25th November 1949. So the Chief Justice is saying that it is clear that Kashmir is an inseparable part of India. You don't have any sovereignty. Whatever sovereignty you have, you surrendered before the government of India. And you dissolve yourself with government of India. Now, why this 370 was existing is a political question which we cannot decide. But for us, it is very simple. Kashmir was an integral part of India, at least from 25th November 1949. This is what they found. Now, I would request my friend Suvin to go into the other technicalities of the judgment. Judgment is containing 352 pages written by Chandrachud, 121 pages by Sanjay Krishan Kaul, and 3 pages by Sanjay Khanna. Now, Sanjay Krishan Kaul has written a big, some sort of epilogue in his judgment, asking for a Truth and Reconciliation Commission. Wow, that's a great thing. And he says that the role of state and non-state players are to be examined. For what? See, a senior Supreme Court judge is writing the word non-state players. What do you mean by that? Who are those non-state players? Why I am raising this question is, in 2017, റൂട്ട്സ് എന്ന പേരുള്ള കാശ്മീരിലെ ഹിന്ദുക്കളുടെ ഒരു സംഘടന, റൂട്ട്സ് വേരുകൾ, അവർ ഒരു പെറ്റീഷനുമായിട്ട് അണ്ടർ ആർട്ടിക്കിൾ 32 സുപ്രീം കോടതിയിൽ പോയി. Their demand was certain FIRs were registered during when we flew from Kashmir. We were thrown out of Kashmir. Every amplifier, every mic in every mosque asked us to get out of Kashmir. Relieve, Galive, Salive. This was the order. Either get converted or killed or you go out. Relieve, Galive, Salive. ഈ സത്യം നമ്മുടെ കാശ്മീർ ഫയൽസിൽ വിവേക് അഗ്നിഹോത്രി കാണിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. Those who have seen the film can remember that. സോ ഈ സമയത്ത് നടന്ന അക്രമങ്ങളെ ചൊല്ലി ഒരുപാട് FIR ഇട്ടിരുന്നു. ചെറിയ ഒഫൻസ് ഒന്നുമല്ല. 302, 376 ഇതൊക്കെയാണ്. ആൻഡ് FIR നെവർ ഡൈസ്. ഈവൻ ആഫ്റ്റർ 50 years, 70 years, FIR will be live. No action has been taken. Nothing has been done. So please hand over these things to either to CBI or NIA or something. We don't think Jammu Kashmir police will take any action, and the administration is also inimical to us. They are hostile to us. So please do that. Another Supreme Court പറഞ്ഞു, we don't think after the passage of 30-35 years something will come out of this case. So dismissed in limine. And you know who dismissed this? Justice D.Y. Chandrachud, Justice Sanjay Krishan Kaul, Justice A.K. Nasir. And the very same Sanjay Krishan Kaul now pontificates, oh, we need a Truth and Reconciliation Commission. You have to give an explanation. Why did you reject that application? When somebody approached you with tears, with folded hands, Supreme Court, and you dismissed in limine. They filed a review petition. They said, see, you have went through all other old cases. You know, there was one case filed by someone, a public interest litigation, to further investigate Gandhi's murder. And what did the Supreme Court do? Supreme Court appointed an amicus curiae, go through the records and find out if something is remaining to be investigated in Gandhi murder, which took place way back in 1948. Now these people are asking for the FIRs to be proceeded, which were put in 1989 and 1990. So if you can reinvestigate the possibilities of Gandhi murder, why don't you investigate this? Now Justice B.Y. Chandrachud is there, again as he retired. Sanjay Kishan Kaul is there pontificating on Truth and Reconciliation Commission. I should not say that, but he had the audacity to behave like Nelson Mandela of India. To assess the atrocities suffered by the blacks when the whites were ruling. Okay, that is part of history. I am for Truth and Reconciliation Commission, agreed. But why this petition was rejected? They filed a review, and you know what happens to review. They filed a curative petition, and you know what happens to curative petition. The curative petition was dismissed in December 2022. It must be live in the mind of Sanjay Kishan Kaul. Just 1 year back, December. And he writes a judgment consisting of 121 pages in which he argues that there is an element of sovereignty with Kashmir. And Sanjay Khanna agrees with an element of sovereignty. I don't understand what does it mean. They don't differ with the main judgment. They are concurring. But making such loose or confusing lines in a Supreme Court judgment is totally wrong. Should not be done. And what sorts of double standard is this? And you know, the left liberal ecosystem is already they have started and they are going to celebrate the judgment of Sanjay Kishan Kaul. Because they will say that this is the part of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, say Sanjay Kishan Kaul has recommended is state and non-state atrocities. So let us take state atrocities so that Indian Army can be held guilty. And Sanjay Kishan Kaul will also join the chorus. This is what is called the war of narratives. You know, the war of narrative was going against India. With this 370 judgment, the tide has turned. Everything has turned because just 3 days back, there was an inquiry into the behavior of Harvard University. And the chief of Harvard University, I don't know whether she is called rector or vice chancellor, something their designation. She was cross-examined by a committee. The committee, chairman of the committee, she is another lady. She asked him, all these things are available in YouTube. They posed a question that in your campus, in Harvard campus, whether Jews are untouchables, whether students are allowing them to eat in the common canteen, somebody speaking to them, somebody refuses to touch them, even unknowingly. Then the answer was saying that we have standards of international reputation to so that we will not allow any hate speech. They said, hey lady, please answer the question. What is happening in your campus? Harvard got exposed just 3 days back. George Soros have reduced to zero for the past 1 week. Ford Foundation is silent. See, the ecosystem is slowly crumbling down. Israel doesn't care for the ecosystem. And you see, Kerala communist, I'm telling you this, I have told them on their face 5 years back that you are going to call Hitler Zindabad one day. Because Hitler killed the Jews and Islam hates the Jews. Hitler becomes your hero. Now you are calling me, oh, RSS man, Hitler's ideology. I said, okay, I have nothing wrong. I have no problem with Hitler because he, after what he has done against India, he didn't do anything against India. He helped Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose to reach Japan. During Second World War, Netaji wanted some help. Germany should support India. Then Hitler said, look, I am extremely busy in my war. I cannot help you now. You go to Japan, meet General Tojo. He may be able to help you. I will arrange for your escape to Japan. Hitler did that. Netaji went to Tojo and Japan agreed. In fact, the initial fight was done by Japan. Practically, Japan captured Andaman Nicobar Island and handed over to Azad in Fouls. So there is a big team working underground for India. India is effectively challenging everybody. I'll tell you one more example and I'll stop this. Now, 8 of our Navy officers are held in Qatar for murdering somebody. Qatar says that they are Indian spies. We have to kill them or hang them. But their appeal was first rejected. But within 3 days, Qatar accepted their appeal. Now it is appeal is lying with court. After all, it is the Amir of Qatar who has to take the final decision. One day our Prime Minister will talk to Amir at the appropriate time and our people will be rescued from there. Now, a lot of things are happening. You might be knowing an unknown person killing Islamic terrorists everywhere. He killed 3 or 4 people in Pakistan, then one in Hardeep Singh Nijjar in Canada, in which Canada created big hue and cry. India said, bring evidence, then we will see. But this unknown man is creating problem. He made an attempt on that Pannu. He is a Khalistan terrorist. That was caught by America. They say one Nikhil Gupta is involved and America has formally lodged a complaint with India. India said, okay, we have formed a committee, we will look into that. That's all. Then what more America can do? Security Council, which was a foolish act done by Nehru. Our former President K.R. Narayanan brought that secret out, that we were offered membership in Security Council and Nehru said, no, China is a big country than India. Please give them, I can wait. Refuse kiya. And China accepted it coolly and they are members of Security Council now and we are looking after it. And we are running everywhere कि भाई दे दो हमको भी मेंबर बना दो देखो हम कितने बड़े हैं ये सब रघुनाथ होना इससे कुछ नहीं होगा. You have to send the right signal. You have to have a military power. You have to be an economic power. You have to be an intellectual power in the IT sector also. You have to have your own internet, your own Twitter, your own Facebook. Now see how Facebook is playing with you. You are banned for 1 week. Nothing can be done. There. You cannot post anything for another 11 days. Who decides this 11 days, 7 days, etc.? Somebody sitting in Philadelphia or New York, curtailing your freedom of speech. And no, you just cannot challenge them. It is a private company. So you have to go as per their rules. These are the people who create the narrative. Now, 2014 elections, it was WhatsApp. which changed India's political combination. 2019, it was Twitter. Now it is YouTube. Now you know what happened during these assembly elections, especially in Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh. Chhattisgarh was a surprise for everybody. How did this change take place? Maximum Hindi YouTubers are there in Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh. राजस्थान में है कुछ लेकिन कम है. YouTubers are going to change the narrative and change the voting pattern, change the thinking of the people in every state and in the union as a whole. Therefore, I would request you to carefully go through YouTube, find out your friends, either follow them or you start your own channel, because everybody is a broadcasting studio now. You can broadcast yourself. Who is preventing you? Okay, only 10 views are there. Wait. Speak daily. 10 will become 20, 20 will become 20,000, 40,000 one day. But go on speaking is a good thing when you do it for your nation. And that is one service which you can do without affecting your job. You're going to court or something. You do a video at night 1 o'clock. Who is preventing you? Night 1 o'clock is only in India. At some other place it is morning 6 o'clock. So you just do a video and upload it in your YouTube. Don't wait for monetization money. Don't go with it. But open a YouTube channel and go on telling national things to people which you are convinced, so that you can bring changes everywhere, including Kerala. Because nowadays war is being fought through narratives, not through weapons. Weapons are used very sparingly. It is costly also. Now you see 55 conflicts are happening in the world. Even during Second World War, these many wars were not going. 55 wars are going between Russia and Ukraine, a war which you have forgotten now. Now everybody is concerned about Gaza and Israel. Okay, that's one war. Saudi Arabia is continuously attacking Yemen. That is a serious thing which nobody will tell you. Saudi Arabia attacking Yemen. That is the power of narrative. Saudi Arabia will not allow any news to go out. That's the money power, because they are financing. Qatar and Saudi Arabia are the main financiers of Harvard University. Many of our Indian universities are financed by either George Soros or Ford Foundation, things like that. We don't know who is financing us. We are elated that we got an order, award or something. Now, who is sponsoring this award? What for he is doing that? These are all to be carefully watched. And with this request, I close my words. Thank you for your invitation and listening to me.